Mikhail Popkov, the horrifying truth behind the werewolf killer. Welcome to The Most Evil, where we delve into the minds of history's most notorious serial killers. Mikhail Popkov, also known as the Werewolf. Popkov, a former Russian police officer, was convicted of the brutal murders of 78 women, making him one of the most notorious serial killers in modern history. Mikhail Popkov was born on March 7, 1964, in the small town of Norilsk, Russia, but later moved to Angarsk, where he spent most of his life. Popkov served as a police officer, a role that provided him with both authority and trust within the community. Known to many as a devoted family man and a dedicated officer, he seamlessly blended into the fabric of society, masking his sinister intentions. Popkov's position allowed him to exploit his authority and the inherent trust placed in him by the public. This enabled him to carry out his heinous crimes with little suspicion. He was a seemingly ordinary man who harbored a dark and twisted mind, capable of unimaginable cruelty. His dual life as a trusted law enforcer and a ruthless murderer would eventually make him one of Russia's most notorious serial killers, shocking the nation and leaving an indelible mark on its history. Popkov's killing spree began in 1992 and continued until 2010. He preyed on women who were often alone and vulnerable, offering them rides late at night. Once they were isolated, he would unleash his brutal violence, often using objects like axes, knives, and screwdrivers. His victims ranged in age from 18 to 50, and the brutality of his attacks left many in shock. Popkov's murders were not only brutal, but also ritualistic, often involving post-mortem mutilation. Popkov's methodology was meticulously calculated. Leveraging his position as a police officer, he gained the trust of his victims by presenting himself as a protector, not a predator. Wearing his uniform and driving a police car, he exuded authority and reliability. This facade allowed him to lure his victims into his car without raising suspicion. Once they were in his vehicle, Popkov would drive them to secluded areas, far from prying eyes. In these remote locations, he would launch his brutal attacks, ensuring his victims could not escape. The violence of his methods was extreme, leaving his victims with no chance of survival. The remoteness of the crime scenes also delayed the discovery of the bodies, complicating the investigation and prolonging his reign of terror. The investigation into the murders was lengthy and complex. For years, the police were baffled by the series of killings, unable to connect the dots between the victims. The breakthrough came when forensic evidence and a careful re-examination of old cases pointed towards Popkov. Advances in DNA technology played a crucial role in linking him to the crimes. His former colleagues were stunned to learn that the killer they had been hunting was one of their own. Popkov was finally arrested in 2012 after DNA evidence linked him to several crime scenes. Initially, he confessed to 22 murders, but as the investigation progressed, he admitted to many more, ultimately being convicted of 78 murders. The trial exposed the full extent of his atrocities, shocking the nation and the world. His calm demeanor in court sharply contrasted with the horrific nature of his crimes, adding to the chilling narrative of his life. The revelations of his actions not only highlighted his brutality, but also the disturbing misuse of his position of trust and authority as a police officer. Psychologists analyzing Popkov have described him as a classic psychopath, displaying a complete lack of empathy and remorse. His ability to lead a double life, one as a trusted police officer and family man, and the other as a remorseless killer, demonstrated his manipulative nature. The impact of his crimes was profound, leading to widespread fear and mistrust in the community. Mikhail Popkov's story is a stark reminder of the potential for darkness within individuals who outwardly appear trustworthy and upstanding. His horrific actions left a trail of devastation and heartbreak, but they also led to improvements in investigative techniques and law enforcement oversight in Russia. As we reflect on the terrifying legacy of the werewolf, we are reminded of the importance of vigilance and the relentless pursuit of justice for the victims and their families.
If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content on true crime and psychological analysis. Remember to stay vigilant, and until next time, stay safe.